to the entertainment Talkin' Sports.
What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video. As the news has dropped, it dropped about an hour ago, and yes, we all knew that the deadline was today for the New York Giants and Markus Golden on that tender that they signed him to about 2 months ago. And this was a savvy move by Dave Gettleman and the New York Giants, as they definitely get Markus Golden for well under market value at $4.125 million. Now I'm going to get into all the specifics, and I'm going to pull up a tweet that says that as of now, Markus Golden does not plan to sign that tender, but I think that would be a huge mistake on Markus Golden's part. Now, I don't know if this money is fully guaranteed, but there is no guarantee even if they start a season if they're going to finish it. And if that's the case, they may not even get to week 10. So the way that this works is if Markus Golden is not to sign that tender with the New York Giants, he would not be allowed to play with any team in the NFL till after week 10, and he would get nowhere near that $4.125 million. Not to mention, it would probably hurt his value in next year's free agency period. So it would be in Markus Golden's best interest to sign on with the New York Giants. So even if that is the case, and Golden does not plan to sign with the Giants this year, right now as of today, because he thinks it's not fair what he's getting offered, it would be in his best interest to do so, especially with his injury history. If he were to sit out a year, it would not look good for his future prospects, and $4 million is still $4 million. So we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out, but I think Markus Golden will be back with the New York Giants. First, I'm going to pull up the tweet, and then I'm going to get into, obviously, the pros from this and some of the cons, as I always like to do when I analyze a move. There's not many, but I'll give my full opinion on the whole situation. Let's jump into the tweet from Jeremy Fowler. He went on to say, with the deadline passing for outside linebacker Markus Golden to sign with another team, the player does not plan to sign his unrestricted May 5th tender with the Giants today, per source. The tender works like a franchise tag, and he can wait to sign. He's set to make $4.125 million with the New York Giants. So I don't think there's much news to this, but technically, he is not a New York Giant yet. He has not signed that tender. The Giants signed him to it, but he still must agree to it, much like he said with a franchise tag. But because of everything that's going on, I think it would be in his best interest, and I expect Markus Golden to be a New York Giant this year for $4.125 million. But technically, he's not a Giant yet until he signs on the dotted line. And hopefully he does it sooner than later, especially with everything that's going on with the shortened training camp and everything else, and we could use him. Now, the pros, obviously, you're getting them for under market value. Markus Golden last year had 10 sacks for the first time since 2014 for a New York Giants edge rusher. He definitely proved he could get after the quarterback. He's not the perfect fit for this system, which is why the Giants didn't sign him to begin with, but he's at a bare minimum a situational pass rusher that you could bring in on second and third down situations. Not to mention, it's probably our weakest position on the defense, and we could use as much depth as possible, and Golden could step in and do a good job when given the opportunity. In terms of the negative, the only negative that I could really think about with this is the fact that he'll cut into some of the younger players' development. For people that want to see Oshane Ximines get more snaps, Lorenzo Carter get more snaps, even a guy like Carter Coughlin to get an opportunity, he will cut into that. Make no mistake about it, Markus Golden is going to get some playing time. Now, will he get the same amount of snaps that he did last year? I don't think so. Ximines last year, for example, I think only was out there 44% of the time. I expect that to increase, but I think it'll be a near even split between our four main edge rushers on this football team, being Kyler Fackrell, now Markus Golden, Oshane Ximines, and Lorenzo Carter. A guy like Carter Coughlin without injuries, though, I think it will be hard for him to get on the football field if indeed Markus Golden signs that contract. But regardless, we all know that we need an edge rusher. And we know that Markus Golden last year proved he could get after the quarterback. Can you say he's not great against the run? Yes. Can you say he's not great in coverage? Yes. But the guy knows how to get after the quarterback. He had 12.5 sacks just 3 years ago, 10 sacks last year with the New York Giants. Of course, both were in the James Bettcher defense. But for this price, you can't complain. It's a veteran player that has some experience in that locker room, and I think he'll bring some leadership to this New York Giants defense, a defense that's very young to begin with. So if Golden could stay healthy, maybe he goes out there and has 7 or 8 sacks again this year, and maybe strikes a long-term contract next year with the Giants or somewhere else. But as a Giants fan, as long as he signs this deal, which I don't think he has much of a choice not to, you got to be pretty happy with this. I'm happy he's back with the Giants, and hopefully he gets after the quarterback 10 more times. As always, guys, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.